the registration process is very simple, and it is a 5-minute registration process, and I will take you to the registration steps one by one. Once you open the portal udyam.gov.in, you will see this a tab like this. In this tab you will see for new enterprises, means who were earlier not registered with Udyam, and in the new tabs you have for those who already registered with Udyam, Udyogadar, and for also those who registered with UAM through assisted filing. We have 3 options to register for Udyam registration. Earlier, if you have registered with Udyogadar memorandum, that needs to be migrated to Udyam registration portal through this portal. And earlier, if you have not registered your unit, then you have to register as a new entrepreneur, which you have no means as a new enterprise. So these are the 3 categories of the enterprises, means registration processes for which you have to apply. If you are a new enterprise, already have, see, I will tell you before going the registration process, let me give you a glance about this portal. If you go in this portal, there will be 5 buttons. One is home. In the home screen you will see all those things. In the NIC code button, if you press, you will get to download a PDF form of the NIC codes listed all. What are the national industry classifications codes? That codes you will have in your hand as a PDF form. In that PDF form you can relate your business. For suppose if you are doing some tailoring related activities, garment manufacturing activities, or an engineering component or a food product related activities, you have to relate your product to that national industry classification code. So the national industry classification code you can get from here, this NIC code tab. If you press that, you will get the PDF form. In the next tab, if you see the useful documents tab, in this useful document tab you have Udyam registration benefits, highlights of the site, circulars and orders which were released time to time, sample from registration form, means a PDF document to register, how the sample registration forms looks like, and guidelines for central government stores purchase policy, and Udyam registration bulletin which contains day-to-day news activities and all those things. And if you go to the next print and verify, you can print your Udyam registration certificate later also. If you go to this print site, if you click this button, you can print your Udyam registration certificate. If you want to verify the Udyam registration certificate, if any government body or government organization who is giving orders to that particular MSME would like to verify the MSME's Udyam registration certificate, whether it is original or not, you can go to this tab and click that and verify the certificate if it is original or not. And next, print UAM certificate. Actually, some companies who have filed earlier Udyog Aadhaar memorandum would like to print their Udyog Aadhaar memorandum. Then you can go and use this option and print UAM application also available now. Then verify Udyog Aadhaar and forget Udyam registration and Udyam number is available here. And if you go to the next tab, update details are there. If you would like to update your Udyam registration details once you register, then you go to this tab and update your Udyam registration details. And also if you would like to cancel your Udyam registration, then you have to go to this slide, means this tab, and go inside with your login details, and you can give a request for the cancellation. And to the next slide tab, if you go, it is officers login, wherein officers, each and every MSME DFO in every state has been given a login ID and password, and also each and every district industry center GM is also has given a login ID and password. This can be used for 2 purposes. One, for cancellation of the Udyam registration, and second is for the assisted filing purpose, and also for records and documentation. You can take real-time data of the registered MSMEs in your state or in your district, whatever it may be. You can take the real-time data depending upon the NIC code. You can filter them, sort them, and you can have the data all within your fingertips. And also for cancellation also it is useful. And registration of existing entrepreneurs, those who have registered with UAM also, as I told you earlier, before the 1st of July 2020, everybody should register in Udyog Aadhaar memorandum, should register from Udyam register portal. So once you click that slide, registration for the enterprises with Udyog Aadhaar memorandum, the tab will open like this. If you click here your Udyog Aadhaar number, means earlier Udyog Aadhaar number, like for example TN02A22, like that, some 5 digits or 6 digit number will be there. You have to enter this Udyog Aadhaar number. Then from this Udyog Aadhaar number you have to select 2 options. Whatever you have given in your UAM, OTP on the mobile you will get. Means mobile number, if you select as an option, you will get mobile OTP, or if you select an email as an option, you will get the OTP in your emails which you filled in a UAM. Here you have to keep one thing in mind, that only these 2 options are available. You cannot whatever you have filled in your Udyog Aadhaar memorandum, that email ID and that mobile number only should be given, and for that only OTP will be generated. Later then everything is common. This Aadhaar number and name of the entrepreneur will become pre-filled. This form is for Udyam registration for new entrepreneurs, those who have no Udyog Aadhaar memorandum earlier. Now you are going to register for Udyam registration. Once you open the tab and click as a new MSME, you will receive this tab. In this tab you have to fill in your Aadhaar number. Here Aadhaar number and name of the entrepreneur as per Aadhaar. Here you will have a chance of means confusing yourself. Somebody will have PAN different name, somebody will have Aadhaar different name, means names will be mismatching. In that case you have to first correct yourselves, because while the link seeding of Aadhaar and PAN itself, most of us would have done it. If at all somebody is missing to do that, first of all you have to update your Aadhaar along with your PAN, and all the details need to be like phone number and email ID, everything is to be updated. And then Aadhaar number you have to enter here, and name as per your Aadhaar, mentioned as in your Aadhaar, you have to fill in here. Then after filling in, you have to click in here the acceptance of the reading of the terms and conditions. Then you have to verify OTP. Then after your OTP is verified, you will have the second process of PAN verification. PAN verification will be there. In that you have to select the type of your enterprise, that is proprietary or partnership or whatever it may be. If you select it here as a proprietary company, then it will ask you, do you have PAN or no? Then you have to compulsorily select the PAN option yes. If you don't have PAN, it is not able to register. Actually, this registration is based on the PAN only. For each PAN, only one certificate will be generated. Even if you have n number of units, all the units should come under one umbrella. Okay, then if you enter the PAN, then PAN number will have to be validated. Your PAN has been successfully generated, and GSTIN is mandatory for Udyam registration from 1/4/2021. You are to apply for GSTIN, like that a message will pop up, and it will ask whether you have filed your ITRs or no. If ITR has not been filed, then it will ask for some self-declaration forms and all those things. So once the PAN verification is done, you will go to the next step. What if your PAN verification is not done, means your certificate is already generated. So if you have already registered with PAN, you have to check by going to the back tab and print your Udyam registration, or you have to take the assistance of the nearest district industry center or DFO office to check whether this PAN is registered by yourselves or not. Okay, only one registration will be done per PAN, that you have to keep it in mind. Now we will go for this registration process. Proprietary you have selected, you have verified your PAN. Then after verifying your PAN, you have to put name of the entrepreneur as per PAN or Aadhaar. Means both PAN and Aadhaar you should have a same name. In that column you have to mention, means in that place you have to mention your name of the entrepreneur, and mobile number and email ID. Please keep in mind, this mobile number and email ID you should have with you. In this only you will get all the OTPs and further communication. Here I have shown you the means categorization. If a company has to be categorized under OBC category or SC category or ST category or a women category, then it should have these means parameters either by partnership mode, or if any of the partners should have, means the partner should mean 51% of the share. Any of the share should be 51%, means majority of the share, whatever it may be, that will be taken into consideration. If an SC unit is a partnership unit and one of the partner is SC and the other partner is non-SC, then the SC partner should have 51% of the share. Then only it will be considered as a SC unit. So in this tab you have to give your social category after seeing that criteria, if it is general or SC or ST or OBC category, then gender of the candidate, male or female or others, or specially abled, if it is specially abled, Divyang means yes or no. And here we come to the part of the registration of the company, means if the name of the enterprise is ABC Private Limited. Here we have shown you just as an example, ABC Private Limited. You have given your name, and in this name you have to add the number of plants. How many plants you have? If for suppose you have in Chennai one plant, and in another district like Kanchipuram you have another plant. So both of the plants you are running under the same PAN or GSTIN, then you have to bring into the same Udyam registration number. If ABC Private Limited is operating two units like ABC Chemical and ABC Petro, here we have shown for example, here you have to raise one unit name ABC Chemical and add more, then one unit will automatically come here. Next second unit you have to type it here and add more. Like that, how many number of units, if you are operating all the number of units you should register. Next you have to select any of the one plant and give the address of the plant. Here the address of the whole plant you have to give, and in that plant address you have to mention all the door numbers, premises, building, all the address once you mention and add more. Then next select the next plant, ABC Chemical. For ABC Petro you have already given, and ABC Chemical you select. Like this you have to select and add n number of n number of units here. And for an office and official address, if your ABC Private Limited is having an official address in Chennai, that official address means whatever you have registered while registering your company as a private limited company, or the exact address needs to be contacted should be given here. The office official address will be this, and previously what we have given is the address of the plants or units what we have selected. And if your previous Udyam Udyogadar number or EM part 1 part 2 numbers, if any is there, you have to mention here, click previous number, and then if you click this previous, then you will get a tab here. In the tab you have to mention your number. Then the status of the enterprise, like date of incorporation, business started or not, date of commencement, all those things. Then the next tab is bank details, like your bank number, IFSC code, account number, and major manufacturing activity or service activity. For suppose if your company is into a manufacturing activity, you have to select manufacturing activity. If your company is coming into a service category activity, you have to select service category activity. If you are doing both the categories, means both, here what the point number 17 says is major activity of the unit. If you are doing both, even then out of the both, what is your core content? If either it is manufacturing or service, the core you have to take into consideration and select one of the category. And the NIC code, here in the previous slides I have explained you from where you will get the NIC code. What if for suppose here he is manufacturing some finished products of steel, these are all the NIC codes. These NIC codes here we got 2424103 is the NIC code. It is a 5-digit NIC code, and in this 5-digit NIC code means first industry is classified into manufacture of basic metals. Second, into that if you go into deeper, what metals, it is iron and steel metal. If you go into deeper into that, what iron and steel we are manufacturing, it is primary forms of semi-finished products or finished products of iron and steel. Like this is divided. The NIC code is divided into first basic category of the industry, and if you go inside that basic category, some more details we will get. If you go further inside to that category, some more details you will get. So this is the type of NIC category. Most of the cases you will not get exact NIC category, means exactly you will not get. Means if you are making some steel tiffin carriers, tiffin lunch boxes, if you are making, you will not find the word of the lunch box, but you have to incorporate in this somewhere else steel finished products or semi finished steel products, like that you will have to incorporate, and the best suited has to be taken into consideration. And then if you go to the next point, in the point number 19, number of the people you have engaged, it will ask whether it is 2 or 3 or whatever it may be, you have to put it in. And it will ask the investment details, plant and machinery investment and all turnover details it will ask. If it is pre-filled only, actually 20 and 21 this will be enabled only once the Udyam registration portal verifies the site with your income tax department. If it is not verified, this will not be enabled. If your company is a startup company and you don't have previous filed returns filed and it is on self declaration basis, you can put your own figures here on self declaration basis. Okay. And if you have PAN is verified, then it will automatically take it from your PAN verification data. And here two interesting points are there. One is, if you are interested to get registered in GEM portal, you might be knowing about the GEM registration, GEM portal. In GEM portal, what we do is, it is a unique portal for government procurements and purchases. Now recently Government of India is purchasing almost all of its products and requirements through GEM portal only. In that, if you, while registering your Udyam itself, if you select this option as yes, then you will automatically register in GEM also, and from GEM you will get a registered user ID and password. With that password you can log in into GEM again, and you can update your catalogs or product specifications, all those things. And you can also register for TREDS. TREDS, you know, is a bill discounting portal. You can get your bill discounting on your bills raised to the customers. Depending upon your receivables, the TREDS will facilitate you to get the loans from the banks depending upon your receivables. This is called bill discounting, and you can also register for this. If you click this option yes, you will get the ID password directly to your email ID, and you can go to that portal and you have to. And last point is to select what district industry center you are coming. Even if you are situated in Chennai, if your district is coming in under Kanchipuram or in Tiruvallur district, you have to select the respective district industry center. You have to select, and finally submit and get final OTP. Here you have to click it. You will get all the means you will get the OTP. You submit the OTP and submit it. That's it. You are all done, and you will get a certificate to your email ID. Most of the cases you will get it within 15 to 20 minutes time, or if your PAN verification or GST verification is taking time, it will take 3 to 4 days time to generate a certificate. But that is very rare cases. But in most of the cases you will get the certificate immediately. And after successful registration, you will have this tab, and your Udyam registration number will be shown immediately, but the certificate generation will take some time. This is the sample of the certificate as I shown you. This is the sample. So what are all excluded from doing Udyam registration? As I told to you earlier in my slides, that any micro, small or medium enterprise can do Udyam registration. But there are some things which are already excluded, not included from the manufacturing products of goods, like NIC codes 2, 3, 45, 46, 47, 92, 97, 98, 99. These activities are not included in the manufacture or production of goods or providing or rendering services in accordance to the section 7 of MSME Act. So these categories, as I am showing you in the slides, I will explain you: forestry and logging, fishing and aquaculture, wholesale and retail trade and repair of motor vehicles and motorcycles, wholesale trade except of motor vehicles and motorcycles, retail trade except of motor vehicles and motorcycles, gambling and betting activities, activities of households as employees for domestic personnel, undifferentiated goods and services producing activities of private households for own use, activities of extraterritorial organizations and bodies. These are all excluded, means these are not included in registering your Udyam registration. And also, in addition to that, these are also excluded. The NIC code wholly not excluded, but at the level of the 5-digit code, some activities are excluded, like production of eggs, operation of poultry hatcheries, beekeeping, raising of silkworms, operation of agricultural irrigation department, support activities of animal production, like this. These are all excluded. Now recently we have included 2 items under the NIC code 45, maintenance of repair of motor vehicles and maintenance repair of motorcycles and mopeds and scooters and 3-wheelers. This has been included recently under the NIC code 5-digit. So after this, I would like to tell you one more classification is also there, like traders. Traders are also now encouraged to do Udyam registration, but they will only have minimal benefits of the MSME schemes. Actually, most of the schemes are rendered only for the manufacturing and service sector companies, but traders are exempted from doing Udyam registration earlier, but now due to the COVID situations, they also would like to have the status of the MSME. They are also encouraged to do the Udyam registration, but they will have the minimal benefits of the certification process. And now updation. How can you update? As I told you to in my earlier slides, you can update your income tax details, GSTs, returns, all those details you have to update, and frequently you have to update. Automatically the system will capture from the data of your GSTN and PAN and income tax portal. If at all it is failed, you have to update it regularly, otherwise your certificate will be liable for cancellation or based upon your data. You may be upgraded to micro to small or downgraded from small to micro. This can be happen. In case of graduation, means from lower to higher category, or in case of reverse graduation, sliding down to lower category, this one will be sent. Actually, any change in the graduation, the information will be sent to the unit through mail. If your company is going in upward direction, if your turnover for suppose is going beyond 50 crores and you are going from small category to medium category, the year in which you have filed the income taxes will be taken into consideration, and from the next financial year your upgradation process will start. Means your certification will be upgraded from the next financial year starting from April 1st. Any one criteria, if at all your company is going in an upward direction, you are going from small to medium, any of the criteria changes, whether it may be plant and machinery investment or whether it may be some turnover increase, any one, if it exceeds, means it will go into the next category, and that will be taken into effect from the next financial year. If you are going into downgrade, means it is in from medium scale to small or small to micro, then you have to fulfill both the criteria. Both should be reduced. If your turnover is reduced to from 50 crores, then that itself will not take you to the micro category. Your turnover should be reduced, then investment also should be reduced. Both should be reduced. So if in any case you have any problem in doing Udyam registration, or if you have any ambiguities, if you have any problems, Champions Control Room is functioning in almost all the states. in Chennai. We have in our MSME Chennai office Champions Control Room. It will act as a single window system for facilitating the registration process and hand-holding the micro industries, and also in our office and also in almost all the district industry centers you will be facilitated for doing the Udyam registration process. If at all any government officer receives, means any district industry center receives a complaint about any Udyam, then the concerned district industry center will probe an inquiry into it and submit a report to the industries commissioner and the director of the industries. Upon the verification of the facts, that reports will be sent to the Ministry of MSME for taking further course of action like cancellation of Udyam registration or any legal action should be taken. This is the, in case of any discrepancy happens. If at all a company wants to cancel Udyam by its own, if at all an enterprise wants to cancel his Udyam, he has to go to the portal. As I shown you in my earlier slides, there is an option called cancel Udyam registration. Then you have to log in with your Udyam details, ID and password. Then you can click the cancel option with a reason mentioning why you are going to cancel this Udyam registration. Then the concerned district industry center or MSME DFO will cancel the registration based on the facts. Actually, there will be some quarrels in between the partners, or some misunderstandings between the directors or directors or somebody else. Then in a matter of their anger, they will give the request for cancellation. So this office, MSME DFO or DIC, will not cancel the registration immediately without taking proper concurrence from the registered mobile number or mobile email ID and on the registered letter pads. So this is the process of cancellation. It's as simple as that. Actually, registration is also very simple and 5 minutes process, and also cancellation is also very simple process. Now, what are the benefits of Udyam registration process is, it is a basic identity of your enterprise. So that you have to, if you are claiming that I am coming under the category of micro or small or medium enterprise, and this is your identity, and it is paperless and it's based on self-certification. There is no need for renewal or there is no fees charged, and any number of activities including manufacturing or service both may be specified or added in one registration. Along with Udyam registration, as I told you earlier, you can register for GEM, TREADS and also Samadhan portal, that is for delayed payments. And in addition to this, Udyam registration helps in credit guarantee schemes, public procurement policies, priority lending from banks, and also to avail the schemes of Ministry of MSME, and also to avail the schemes of the state government Ministry of MSME. This Udyam registration certificate is mandatory. Even though the certificate is not mandatory to obtain, but to avail the benefits of the Ministry of MSME of Government of India or Government of states, it is mandatory document to be produced. And thank you. As of now, I hope I have covered almost all the details.